We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, I'll just rinse out the dry brush. Make sure it's all dry, because we will be using this a little later. Next job, we have the robes to do, and for that we're just going to go straight into Administratum Grey. When I find it, there we are, Administratum Grey. This is the one we used previously for this very same job. If you remember, we mixed in a little bit of blue with it in order to give it that nice little shadow effect to the falls, and that was before we dry brushed it. Not dry brushed it, we washed it with the Drakenhof Nightshade, which is a bluey grey colour anyway. So we're into the Administratum Grey, and for this we're just going to go over the folds in much the same way as we've done with the creases in the capes. We're going over the upper raised areas here. It is not the final highlight. This is just applying the base coat the same way as we've done with the skin tone. We need to make sure that the base colour that we need is there. Oops, I've just gone over that area, which I didn't want to do, but never mind. Now, if you make a mistake, don't worry about it. If you get paint in the wrong area, don't worry about it. We're not trying to be perfect here. We're human, we're not machines. We don't do everything exactly the same. All that will happen is that you put two different ones side by side, they will look individual even though they are the same model, and that's what we're aiming for. We're not looking for all of them being exactly the same. That's why I keep saying, make sure that when you're painting your minis, if it doesn't have a set colour scheme, try and make them to your colours. Don't copy somebody else's. Paint them whatever colour you would like to see them. It's all to do with your hobby. It's not copying somebody else's. You have complete autonomy over what you do with your models, unless of course we're talking sort of like historical what do you call it, historical accuracy that's needed. With this, you know, not being funny, this is Greek mythology. There's no set pictures of how Zeus was pictured. It's all depictions of how Zeus was. There's no proper photographs, there's no key descriptions of the way Zeus looked. He disguised himself that many times. I don't think the humans who came into contact with Zeus actually knew it was Zeus until it was too late, and most of them when we realised it was too late when they were pregnant. But it's this kind of game leaves you wide open for your own colour scheme, your own imagination to kick in. That's what you want to run with when you're painting minis like this. If you were doing something like bolt action or something that was set in historical times, or anything historical that you need to have fairly accurate colour schemes, then obviously you know you will try your best to do them to the colours that they actually were in real life. You know, when you're talking mythology in this case, as I said, there's no empirical evidence to show how certain people were, certain characters were. You've just got word of mouth and pictures painted rather than photographs. And that being the case, there is no set way of painting this. You paint this the way you want it. There we are. That's all we're doing for that part. Oh dear. Right, that's that bit done. Next off, what I want to do is the oh god, what do I want to do? Let's do his hair and beard. For that, we're going to take a little bit of this Administratum Grey, and into that we're going to add some, when I can find it, Eshin Grey. And all we want to do is just darken this up a touch, because I am going for the image of Zeus, which has the grey hair. But again, this is just literally the base coat of what I want to do. So what I'll do is, now I've got that, I will add this colour to everywhere where there is the hair of Zeus. So that's eyebrows, well, yeah, eyebrows, moustache, obviously beard, and obviously hair. So we'll get all this done, and then we can come along and give it a wash and a highlight a little later, because it's not as strong as I was hoping it would be. I'm also going to do these wings with this colour as well. And I hope this music isn't, I use the term music quite wrongly, there's a strong beat I can hear. I hope it's not too distracting. It distracts me because it's very pervasive, it gets into everything. hope, if you can hear it, I hope it's not distracting you too much and spoiling the video. If you can't hear it, then that's fine, that's okay, that's not a problem. If you can hear it, I do apologise. Okay, so I'm just going to do my best to try and get all the hair covered. And yeah, it's done. Okay, now that bit's done, using the Scrag Brown. In fact, no, let's not. Yeah, let's Scrag Brown. We've done it. We've done with it. Let's go flash. Is that it? Yep, Scrag Brown. Scrag Brown that we use for the strap on here. Let's just go back into that, but add a little bit of the. Oops, I'll just push that back a bit too far. We don't need a great deal of this. There's only that small area of strapping to do. Marvellous. I've managed to get the lid of the Scrag Brown to jam open. Bear with me a second. Now I'll just wash my hands now. There we are. Okay, I've done what I've needed to do there, and I have great, it's all dried up already. Right, so let's try again. That is why I have problems with paint that's not very, well, where there's not auto paint on the palette. That's why I have trouble with it drying up, because it evaporates quite quickly, even on a even on a wet palette. You can dry it pretty quick if there's only small amounts of the paint on there. So I'm not going to look at this as being too detailed. There we are. All we really need to do. Let me just try and get this Scrag Brown off my fingers. There we are. Got most of it off. Be right. Next job, using a little bit of Screaming Skull on the palette. We'll add that a little bit further up here, and into that we'll add some of the flesh tone, the Bestigar flesh. And again, we don't want it majorly different. hopefully that will do. And back to the skin tone, and we just keep touching up in the areas this time that is raised. We will be coming back to do a further highlight later on. As you can see, I'm going over that part because I caught it with a darker colour, so I want to try and disguise that. There we are. And now the face. Now, as you may or may not be aware, when I've been doing these, I have been doing the eyes slightly different. I've been doing them as though there's like a glow of power or energy coming from them. I'll be doing that again with Zeus, but not as yet. So all I'm going to do is go back into this bigger brush and into the non-oil wash. Give it a bit of a shake first of all. There we are, non-oil. And this is going to go over the hair. Just wanted to give the paintwork a chance to dry. I'm going to be dry brushing over this with paler greys. So I just need to get into the recesses so that the paler greys that I use will show up. And just all over the hair, even these wings. There we are. We'll do fine. Next job. the sandals, and for that we're going to use Doombull Brown. In fact, no, we're not. We're going to use Corn Red. There's not much of this, so I'm not going to be faffing about with putting any on the palettes. Just get a damp brush, a little bit of paint on the brush, and I'll just put a few dabs here and there on the sandals, just to change the colour slightly. We are going to be coming back and giving another highlight to this a little bit later on. So don't worry if you miss. Don't worry if you can't see, rather, not miss. If you can't see what if you can't see it when you put it on, don't worry, because it's just going to just put my hand on his head where I've just put the wash. Oh, idiot. Oh well. Yeah, so don't worry if you can't see the paint going on, because it's fairly similar to the base coat. This is not the final highlight. It's just a few dabs of colour, that's all really. We're not doing a very detailed highlighting stage for this. We're just adding a little bit of interest to a flat colour. I'm also going to do this with the sphere. And yeah, and just tidy up these edges where the gold went on as well, if need be. In fact, it looks as though I'm going to have to go all the way around the spear because I've missed some parts of it. Oh, it's just come off as I've been manipulating the mini. So we'll just pop some of this red here and there around the spear, and that's hopefully quite a good finished out. Next job